There's something electric in the air, a sense of renewal, anticipation, and growth. You know that unmistakable feeling when spring finally arrives and the garden comes alive with possibilities. Today, it's not just another day on the farm, it's the kind of day every gardener dreams about. Picture this: towering maple trees arriving like royalty, trucks filled with vibrant roses and evergreens, and the scent of fresh soil lingering in the air. From lavender pruning to planting giants, this is the beginning of something truly beautiful. What a morning it's already been. Just behind me stand 6 stunning autumn blaze maple trees, tall, majestic, and ready to line Grassland Lane. These are the very spots Paul and Aaron prepped just yesterday, digging out holes to perfection. While these maples might not be quite as wide as our older, established trees, their height is right up there, giving an instant sense of maturity and elegance to the landscape. I'm skipping the walk through the mud today, trying to keep the shoes clean, because I'm headed to the garden center to pick up another massive load of plants that just came in. These autumn blaze maples will eventually reach heights of 50 to 60 feet, stretching about 40 feet wide, and they'll blaze with brilliant red color come fall. We've really streamlined the planting process thanks to the bobcat with pinchers. It's been a total game changer. These trees come B&B, balled and burlapped, caged in metal, and while some climates allow the cages to rust away, ours doesn't. In fact, when our enormous blue spruce tree toppled near the cut flower garden, we saw the cage still intact beneath the root ball, along with the twine. Not ideal. So we now cut the bottom and one side of the basket, lift the tree in, and then remove the rest of the cage entirely. On the way to the garden center, I couldn't help but feel that familiar springtime energy. There's an urgency, an excitement, that pulls you outdoors to clean, prune, and plant. When I arrived, the aftermath of yesterday's deliveries was everywhere: stacks of trees, rows of shrubs, and the hum of spring in full swing. Among the new arrivals were strawberry moon chitalpas, Arctic babe miniature nectarines, Japanese maples, and Julia child tree roses, just to name a few. I found Monica darting around with a hose, and yes, she managed to soak her shoe first thing in the morning. We confirmed that our full order had arrived, minus a few smaller spring growths. But the biggest specimens were in, including the North Pole arborvitae and the Pritt Troutman junipers. The Julia child roses were especially impressive, huge, full, and destined to bring cohesive beauty to both sides of the Hartley garden. I even planned to plant a third one in a random spot just in case we lose one. Gardening wisdom says it's always smart to plan for the unexpected. Then it was time to gather everything up and load the trailer. That required some serious maneuvering, a forklift, moving pallets out of the way, and coordinating with Juan, who, thankfully, is a trailer backing genius. I can't back up a trailer to save my life. It would have been a disaster if I'd tried. After a lot of effort, we managed to unearth everything we needed and strap it all down securely for the trip home. Back at the house, we decided to unload the plants near the area we're already watering daily. That way, they're close to a hose and easily cared for until planting. One of the real highlights was showing off the gorgeous strawberry moon chitalpa. Unlike the smaller El Nino variety we have, this one grows to about 40 feet tall and spreads 35 feet wide. It's a Zone 6 hybrid, boasting rich pink-purple flowers in early summer and a golden-yellow display in the fall. If the blooms smell anything like the El Nino's sweet scent, we're in for a real treat. Aaron and I agreed these chitalpas will work beautifully between some of our larger evergreens, filling in those visual gaps and adding softness. Then there were the North Poles, probably 12 to 15 of them. They'll help complete the hedge behind the greenhouse, replacing a few that didn't make it. And that's just the beginning. After unloading and watering, it's time to tackle more garden chores, pruning the lavender hedge by the raised beds, cleaning out the beds themselves, and prepping for fence staining later this week. The garden is calling, and there's no better time to answer. Stay tuned, because this is just the start of a stunning transformation. With every tree planted and every bed prepped, we're one step closer to the garden of our dreams. Shedding Tree Scissors Cherry Blossom.